my water. Wait a minute, hold up. I need it. Okay, so guys, I'm really excited. I don't sound it. Probably because I haven't had a walk, a thorough walk, a good walk in probably about 3 weeks. Um, I haven't been feeling as well as I normally am because there's a lot of changes, there's a lot of stress, self-induced stress. I require peace in my surroundings where I dwell temporarily. So that is working. Um, After I have demanded peace and quiet, while I train, while I reset, mash the reset, press the reset, kick the reset, stomp the reset. But today, August 1st, 2024, at exactly 9:39 a.m., I have pressed the reset button. It's mashed. It's up. So let me warn you first. I am setting a 60-day challenge for myself, and feel welcome to join in with me and use these first videos as a reset on your life, um, and be vulnerable like I am getting ready to be. And I'm pretty much a private person. I like to keep what I'm going through inside. However, as a leader, that I am embracing the word leadership. That's a huge word. Um, a lot of people have failed at being leaders, as we can see in the world, all over the world, all shapes and sizes, all tax brackets, all divisions. We see that they are falling. Um, and when that happens, it's a scary feeling. However, it's a disappointing feeling. However, it also is a notion to those of us who actually are tapped in and tapped on to be able to assume the position, right? There is a lot of people that sign up to be in leadership that actually are not tapped in or not tapped on or really not a part of the assignment. That is not their assignment. However, they choose to get in that slot uh, to just be known, to be seen, and guess what's happening? They're falling. The mask are coming off, and they're coming off abruptly. So I have no mask. I have no filter. I'm not interested in either one. I don't think I ever have. If I have to put on a mask, if I have to use um, a version of myself that I don't want to be seen, then guess what? I just usually typically stay in the inside. I usually just will not and do not involve myself. Good morning. Hi. How are you? So I typically don't involve myself in the public or anybody's life when I'm not at my best self. However, thank God for my team. Thank God for my board. Thank God for them. Thank God for my children. For understanding, well, trying to understand. They're not there yet. However, I would never want them to ever understand what it is that I have went through, what it is that I am going through, because that's the point of me, the type of mother I am. I feel like my job is to shield them from everything that is harsh, everything in my power that I know that I've experienced. I work rigorously to shield them from that. And I'm learning, I'm listening to each one of them. I'm listening, and I did a good job, a great job with certain things. I'm very harsh on myself because nothing is perfect. However, I feel like there is a lot that one can do to get it as close to perfect. Your your meaning of perfect as possible. That means safe, innocent, innocence. Excuse me, innocence from their childhood up until their ages right now, and I have accomplished that. Okay, so what this reset is, what this 60 days is, I'm having my team keep me up to this, to hold me, hold me to this, hold me accountable, to keep this meter running, to keep going, whether I'm having a good day, a bad day, whether there's something going on. I am still going to uh, take heed to the plan and the promise that I will follow the instructions. Guess whose instructions these are? These are mine. These are the ones, actually, the paperwork that I am going to use is the one that was originated back in 2011 by a cop. She was in law enforcement, and I think she worked with the DEA for um, a unit in Georgia, and she saw me on the news and she came running. And I appreciate her support because I won't change that format because it helped me strategize and align each one of the women that I have served at Destiny's Place and inside my home, um, effortlessly and painlessly. Um, because I had a template, I had a handbook, I had um, her snippet of me. It was a very emotional time when she presented this handbook to me. It took her all night, but she had prayed and prayed and prayed and had researched me and all of the things that had happened to me at that point. And God gave her a part out of the Bible. When I get that handbook at my former assistant's house, I will gladly and proudly read that out to you because I'm going to sign it, and I'm going to have my team assess me as if I was actually going into my own shelter, going into my own program, needing the resources that each and every last one of us come up with for Shannon Michelle. Not the CEO, not yet. Right now, I'm just a participant of my program. And so, what that means is I'm coming with absolutely nothing but my book bag and my ponytail. No children, and what that means is when I started this back in 2010, 2011, I had 5 children. We'll get to that part when I'm being assessed, but right now I'm just giving you how this is thought out. I thought it out yesterday with my team, and everybody's like, oh shit, what is she getting ready to do? But fantastic. Let's do it. Game on. So, what will happen is after I am assessed, I will sign my signature. We will sign they will sign their signature, and everybody uh, will present themselves as their best part of changing lanes. And everybody will do what they have signed up to do and more. What they feel spiritually and emotionally and mentally and professionally inclined to do to help me help others, right? And as well, I will be video recording, blogging, whatever. I will be doing that per what their orders is, their recommendations, and I don't follow rules. However, honestly, for the past 15 years, it's amazing that I have pretty much aligned myself and followed these rules that I have set, that I have made the other women sign. So how could that be? My logic is that how can I ask someone to do something that I've never did or I wouldn't do, right? So right now I am 60 days training to be a CEO, to be the best leader that the world has coming. That's what I'm going to do. Right now, I am just Shannon. I hear about this organization that needs a CEO. And actually, I'm not even afraid um, of the 60 days. I'm not even afraid of bearing my soul to you guys, bearing the real life. I'm going to even record how other services respond to me. Some will know me, some won't. But I'm not, unless I really actually have to be honest about who I am, meaning the CEO, I won't use that on the paperwork. I won't use that on the referral. I will use nothing but my real name and the truthful and real information that the other services and agencies require. I will also have my current partnerships that have rocked with me for 15 years, 14, 15 years. I will even use the ones that have um, currently came about this year. And I'm so blessed with them because they are the reason why I am standing now, why I am making these changes, why I am back. And having a 2 to 3 year terrible hiatus. Terrible, 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 terrible. It's amazing that I really don't have gray hair, that I really am not batshit crazy, because the average person would not be able to get through this that I have been through. So I think you guys will be really excited to really see this side of me that is um, very discouraged by some of the happenings in our in our world, as well as I am challenged to be the best and a whole lot better. So what that means to me is I'm a person that I know that I'm not perfect, but I strive to, when I sign up to do something, I choose to show up and show out, or don't do it at all, right? So I don't have a template for that. I use God's instruction. I use the help of my team that understand the way I speak. Even when I rant and rave, even when I ramble, they are so uniquely inclined to be able to what they call process it. Let me process that for a minute, Shannon. And then they run it back to me superbly, right? So this is what I am learning. These are the people that are really supposed to be on this final chapter. And what I mean by final chapter is, because I don't stop and I won't stop, is that I have to complete the assignment that has already been placed out here in the universe, that has already been signed and sealed and stamped by the government, that the states and the government and the world, to be able to provide these services to our world. So that part right there is scary. Hold on one second. I want to take a sip of this water. I need it. Grab your water bottles, my guy, my girl. Some of us hit harder than guys, right? Oh my goodness. Guys, I really needed it. Woo! My first sip, I drank half of the bottle. So, and it's that humid out here. About like 1 o'clock, it's going to be awful, probably. Georgia heat is nothing to play with. Georgia weather is nothing to play with. Okay, so let's get back on task. You see how I veer off really quick? So, let me give you a little background on my stance today. Is I am not financially strapped like I used to be. However, no one is, if we can be completely honest. But in this world, is it really that necessary to have a lot of money? And I am living proof that it's actually not. The only thing that I am striving for in the next 60 days is justice. One, we'll get to that on another video, as well as me moving to my own land. And that's why right now I do not live in my own space coming back to Georgia. Or should I say my own dwelling, because that is my dwelling, that land, that property. So that's okay to me. Really, it is okay. And let me tell you how I know it's okay. Because I have so many ways of being able to jumpstart my um, my home environment. I know how to make shit pretty, even if it's ugly on the inside. Even if there is a risk on the inside, I'm not willing to take that risk. I'm not really, because I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what you think about my living situation. I don't care about any of that, except I need to clean my room. I need to get rid of a lot of stuff, and I'm going to do that today. Because I need to be able to focus and get to all of the paperwork and my computer and everything that I need so that I can rest well at night. And the only thing that makes me not rest well is that I have not received the assignment properly, or I have not assessed it properly, or I have not swallowed it properly, meaning envisioned it. So once I can envision what God is telling me to do, then I can sleep like a baby at maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then wake up a little bit to 7 the next morning. No sleeping pill, no nada. Plenty of water. However, no running to the bathroom at night, none of that. However, if I am bucking his system, meaning that if I'm trying to do something else, and I do all kinds of shit to not focus on the painful things or the irritating things that I have to do or I need to do. But guess what? There's really no reason to buck, because I'm only hurting myself because he won't allow me to sleep. I will be looking up at the ceiling all night watching Punjabi movies. Maybe not, he won't even allow me to do that. And that's my favorite. And excuse me for the train. But however, I won't be able to actually close my eyes and rest until I have actually visualized what God has told me to do. And usually when I visualize it and I'm in agreement with my body, and this is honestly true how I work. This is all I have. It usually, when I execute these plans that he has given me, everybody is like, how did she do this? How did she pull this out? You know, some things would have taken people months to strategize. Would have taken them so many resources, so much money to pull off. And we have none of that. We have people that are connected with other people, and we have people with hearts. We have other people with visions. We have people that are waiting to be tapped in with us, with me, waiting for someone to call on them to be used, to be needed. And it works. It works. Most of the time, it's not about the paperwork, it's not about who are you. Sometimes that's a little scary because some people can get into trouble like that. I will share with you how hard this has been for me the past 3 years, actually acknowledging that I'm not wrong. My instincts is not wrong. Something happened. Something bad, something terrible happened behind my back or in my face while my back was turned. Let's say that. Because there's no way if I had known what I know now that they would have gotten far. But the good side of that is they got far enough to be indicted. I'm going to say that. They got far enough to be indicted. They got far enough for me to hand over a lot of information that is not going to be very nice. Good morning. How are you guys? Yeah, so, it's a terrible story. But it should really have a lot of viewers here. Not for the fame and the fortune of it, because I don't have that. I don't have that, and I don't care to have that. I've had that before. And that's a lot of bullshit to keep up with every day, because how you produce yourself to the world and it works, like they say, it goes viral. You have to keep that persona, that atmosphere, that environment, that hype. You have to keep that shit going every day in spite of the reality. When that camera is rolling, baby, that's the most exhausting, the most fakest, the most hurtful shit in this world. When you present yourself to be something and somebody that you're not. And thank God I have been able to actually taste some of that. However, I'm not the fake or the phony. So what I did, I tasted it, I trained for it, and I tweaked it to match who I am. And that means a real woman, a honest woman, in my honesty, my truth. It might not be yours, but it's mine. Because I know that I could do different for the bad. I know that I could do different for the good. I choose to do the good. And I have weighed my options. It doesn't take me long to understand what my risk is and what my risk is going to be and what I need to take. And am I going to be comfortable with it? Can I own up to it? Am I going to cross that shit on my chest and wear it like Superwoman, regardless? Yes, absolutely. Phoniness, absolutely not. Fake, absolutely not. Fraudulent, absolutely not. So, what I am doing these 60 days is I'm going to work out. I'm going to map out. Well, I have some help. I have my assistant who's building my website, my baby Priyanka, our baby Priyanka. Priyanka is a beautiful college grad, and I'm so excited to have her. I'm excited to have a lot of different cultures, a lot of different beautiful people that only God sent them to me. However, they are learning how I operate, and that's not fun. It might be funny at the end of the day after everybody breaks it down. However, it's confusing at first because they're like, what is she talking about? What is she saying? But however, when you are spiritually connected or you're aligned to be in that person's life, that's what we call, I get him. I know him. I get her. I know her. You cannot say that phrase lightly. And those are just three words. I get him. I get her. I know her. I love her. I'm with her. You know, those are some powerful words that are aligned to make a phrase that is very serious. Um, so right now I'm in training to be able to have a new website designed, and actually it'll be our first official website ever. Our first. The first time that I went after a website when I had money was before COVID. That was the first scam. It was with website, yes, and I will be calling out everybody that I really know that tested me, that tried me, and now your ass is gonna be on blast. You wanna be famous? Let's be famous. That's why I said in one of my thumbnails, if I wrote a book, would you be included? And what chapter? Because first of all, when I speak facts. When I'm quiet, it's really not good. It's really not good at all. Because I'm a loud person, not by choice. I'm just loud. My nights of working in the club maybe is the reason why I'm so loud, but I think it's just my energy. My baby says that I'm high strung naturally, and that's okay with me. I do like pumped up energy. I love it because it makes me feel alive. I'm at my best creative side when I am energetically pumped up, geeked up, naturally. And I know the difference. So, yes, this will include a lot of my faults, a lot of faults of a lot of criminals and crooks that I want other people that are in the position to enforce these laws, and I'm not. Only thing I can do is tell what happened and put it on blast. And now I see that a lot of detective work is merely being just looked at. What that means is that they don't even have to get out here and knock on doors anymore. Only thing they have to do is turn the damn YouTube on, turn Facebook, turn social media on, and that's their investigation right there. That's all they have to do is mash play. And it can tell a whole lot of things on the surface. But a true investigator, a true detective, will not just drop it for face value after it has ended, the recording has ended. If they are really connected to being a detective and a true investigator, they will be like me. They can't sleep, can't stop thinking of it until they crack that code. And so I'm playing hardball. And I don't play ball. Well, I did in high school, basketball, but I cheat in basketball. I love layups. And after I get about 3 or 4 layups and hear that swoosh, I'm out. But yes, so my first website was I paid $250. Well, actually, I didn't pay anything but $1. After they got that $1, it was supposed to be for a 14-day. This was before COVID. Supposed to be for a 14-day trial. And then I was supposed to get back to them on day 13. His specific instructions was I was very busy during that time. Very, very busy. I had community service people. I was repairing a roof. I had veterans assignment, meaning veteran stability. With the hospital, I was going to the hospital with a veteran patient that's very, very dear to me. And I hate to say patient, but however, I'm everything that I have done, I'm using to change Elaine's credit. I am proud of everything that I have done. Every task that I have showed up for, I am proud of. And I'm going to make it known that we were there. We showed up. And this is how we resourced it. This is how we got it done. This is who we got it done with. Because everybody wants to be known, everybody wants to be appreciated, everybody wants to be famous. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna see how famous you really are. Because I am going to utilize this platform and other platforms, but I'm gonna get with my team after this one, to be able to say that, okay, we will use YouTube, we will use Facebook, we will use Instagram, we will use TikTok. Because I want to be able to have the income from a content creator so that we can properly, in 60 days, we can properly assess if we don't have grants, can we pay our bills? Can we do this? And what I'm going to learn in 60 days is every piece of money that I get, not that's donated, that I get, is not to be used for someone else. It's supposed to be used for Shannon. I don't have that. I don't have that mechanism just yet. Because I've used, for the past 15 years, I've used every fucking dime that I have had to be able to help others, to be able to do this mission, because I am scared to fail. So, back to website 123. Website 123, I saw it and they were like, they gave me this great spiel, so it's been a 14-day trial. I paid that $1. I specifically asked him to call me in 12 to 13 days. No matter how many times he has to blow up my phone, my email, call me so that I could get the team surrounded so we can make the decision on paying for this website together. Now, we have no grants at that time. We don't have grants. We had no grants at that time. So it was basically pulling off my board. And being about, I think it was like $50 a month or something like that. However, after that 14-day trial, it was supposed to have been $250. $125 was supposed to have been broken up into 2 weeks. You know what he did? Day 13, he took my money out of the account. There was no call. There was just a receipt, an invoice saying thank you for your payment. I went livid because that to me was stealing. That to me was wrong. That to me was fraudulent, and I want their ass. So since I can't get my banks to handle it, and definitely not now, I'm going to put your ass on blast. Website 123, they had a website with my name on it. None of, didn't ask me for any photos. They put their own stuff out to the public as mine. The address, the phone number, everything was completely different. When I saw it, I was so preoccupied, but I should have stopped and tended to it then. I should have made a police report then. I don't know what good that would have done. Should have made a police report then. Should have contacted the Federal Trade Commission. I should have did all of that, but I did not. So what I am learning how to do with the help of my people is to be able to, as soon as something happens, to address it or pass it on to one of my team members. Because, these are serious things that have happened to me, and I don't want to happen to anyone else. So, yes, that's what happened with him, and I never got my money. Then all of a sudden, when I threatened them and whatever, yes, the whole website disappeared. But long story short, I feel like that website was still being able to be of asset to these crooks at website 123. And good morning, guys. How are y'all? Good. Y'all having fun this morning? Getting started? Yeah. So I love children. So anyway, that was what was happening. So that's where Priyanka comes in. I love her already. This has been working with her. This is our like second week or third week, going into our third week, and I haven't really had much time to devote to her. But give her a notice to show up, baby. She shows up, and she shows out. She has it all, man. Just like she has a portfolio and a briefcase ready to present to the world, changing lanes. She's on it. She's on it. Just like everybody. Everybody is on it except me. And that's because I'm the seer, I'm the visionary, I'm the one that has all these things, and I have them, and they are there to help me get this out. One thing I will say is when I do connect and align with someone, I align with the best. I align with the best. I don't do half-ass shit when I do it. Yes, during the midst of it, it could be raggedy, it could be all thrown out. But baby, when we pull that curtain, showtime, baby. And that's what I am, and is a executor. I am. But I'm also a finagler, and what that means in my terms is I have to take what I have and use it and make it to what we need it to be. So, yes, this is our morning walk. I want to do it earlier. I want to do it, let's say, 8 o'clock in the morning, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'll figure it out. But then I can get back to a structured routine to be able to follow my team's orders. Don't forget, I'm on paperwork today. So I have to follow their rules and I have to comply. So I will show my face. I will show my body. And I'm proud. Let me tell you this. Let's get all this out since this is the assessment. I have 5 children, beautiful children. I have 2 adopted children, so I have 7 children in total. I have gum gums. They are my life. Um, I have been married one time, divorced, happily divorced, and beautiful pictures. I should not have married with the way that the actual uh, wedding rehearsal went. I should have tapped out then. But nope, not me. I want to make everybody happy, except myself. I went through it. So that'll be another video. However, that's my real. Is now you know. I've only been married one time, happily divorced one time. I don't let go until I let go. And when I let go, I don't look back. I don't. I don't even recognize you. My kid's fathers, they are beautiful people, and we created beautiful children. Very professional, high profile men, and they're in their own aspect. Very busy men. I'm proud of them. However, I didn't have my kids for a man. So, with that being said, thank God they love their children. Thank God they loved me, and they still love me, no doubt. But that ain't it. So that's my background. That's the way that I'm signing this paper. Is a single mom of 5. I have been through domestic violence. I didn't really know that was an actual thing, an adjective that I needed to have behind my name. Because in the black community, especially the hood, oftentimes women are prone to abuse. And if you've grown up seeing that, which I didn't, I saw it only one time, and I jumped in on my mom, with my mom being abused. I think she was thrown on her head or something like that, and I woke up to her scream, and I handled it. And I think I was 13 at the time. Um, so, but I have grown up in a volatile atmosphere in the hood where you have to fight or flight. And even though all my life I've ran from situations, especially ugly situations, and no matter what, pack up my kids, not things, not a U-Haul, pack up my kids and go. However, this time I'm not running anywhere. Not running anywhere. So my back is not turned anymore. So, young ladies to fight and then go make love, do this over and over and over, no way. But us as older women, we have to take responsibility of some of that. We showed our ass back in our days. And some people actually allowed their children to see that side of them, to see this actually going on. So guess what? It's a normal thing for a woman to fight her boyfriend or her husband. But now, people are killing people. So that's what my leadership calls, to be able to say, hell no, we can't do that. I heard that a judge sentenced the guy because, sentenced the guy in a certain way, with according to the law. But however, his statement to that gentleman was, well, not a gentleman, to that fuck, was that I have to sentence you to this because you can't put your hands on my daughter. That really hugged me. It punched me, but it hugged me. Something awful when I heard my godfather tell me this about someone being sentenced. I was stuck the whole evening because I was like, yes, there is some leaders of justice who are calling it out as they see it, to say, if I don't do right by this person, this victim, to make her a victor, and I have the audacity and the power to do so, it could one day come back around on my ass to be my daughter. I'm giving other men the okay to hit, or other women the okay to hit. And it one day very well may be his daughter. We see on TV all the time where there's women killed, men killed, of all statuses. Rich people, poor people, Chinese people, African people, Korean people, American people, Jewish people. It does not have an end to it. And we have to hold people that harm others intentionally accountable. Things happen, of course. Things happen. There's a lot of laws that need to be amended because we're not in the Abraham Lincoln days. We're not in those times. So this is what my 60 days is going first. Being that woman that allows the world and the leaders of the world to chip in and to help me be my best self as a leader, to help me train and situate, and eventually get into my home. We have the home that I am ordained to go to, has a lot of work that it needs to do. It doesn't matter because I did it when I first went there. Spent all my money, all my time, and I will put that video up, put all my time, spend all my time on this house to provide a roof over my kid's head, to where my baby said, Mom, you're acting like, this is what she just said last week. Mom, you're acting like we were homeless. And I said to myself, then I had to say, wow. I said, but Nika, we were. Half of that was a proud moment, but then it was a stuck moment because I dressed up ugly so well that she didn't realize that we were actually in trouble. That this is how we landed here. From our lakefront property to an actual ran down house in the hood. So moms, follow my lead and get up and get to it. And so my goal is, our coming goal in 60 days is for me to have my feet planted on my land. Even if the process is a little bit longer, working with investors and whatever, and the property owner to be able to iron these things out, these terms, and then the moving process, I'm not taking anything except my bare soul. That's it. And my laptop. And of course, my raggedy book bag. So the partnerships that I am seeking are the partnerships that will help me help others. So I am wanting the best of the best that money can't buy. It has to come from the heart. Since there is so many organizations, so many resources out here, we are going to go by the line. We're going to go down the line, and you will hear me make these phone calls. You will hear me go to these offices and see if they are tapped in to make this world a better place, using changing lanes as the referral. So, with my history, we have never been turned down with a partnership, ever. And every partnership that we've had over the past 15 years made it to where we were able to provide for over 500 women and children and men now, and men. Whether it be services for housing, whether it be services for medicine, medical care, all of these things, we provided it together. Me and my partnerships, us and our partnerships, we and our partnerships, however you want to turn it. We did it together. And that's what the world needs right now, some strength and compassion. They don't need a title. Who cares about a title? Oh, you see a burning building with kids screaming and hollering. Oh, I'm the CEO. Wait a minute, I'm the CEO. I will have to get to you. I will call you in 3 weeks and schedule you to come into the office with your ID, the kids' birth certificates. What? Are you serious? As a CEO, you can drop all of those formalities and you can put out the fire. As soon as you put the fire out, then you can strap up the way you need to, professionally and formally. God is showing us to utilize compassion, to utilize being able to be creative and think out of the box. And if you can't do that in this world, sit this one out. It's okay. Sit this one out. Because I vow to rewrite the way I was treated, the way that my children will be treated, the way that your children will be treated, and rewrite the way that services that are saying that they are nonprofits, organizations, NGOs, the CEO leaders of social welfare, of social organizations. Like Kamala says, President Kamala Harris says, if that door won't open till you kick that fucker down. The good thing is I'll be able to help put it back up after I kick it down. So I'm going to follow her damn lead. I'm going to follow her instructions to kick them all down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how a black woman can be refused of services. And again, either refused or approved of services that are supposed to be for helping others. But some agencies would rather have their books show that we got $20 million. Now we got $40 million. And if you look back on their sheets 6 months from now, God forbid a year, they got 50 more. They just accrued 20 more thousand. So now they got 50. Now they got 60. No, that's not the way it's supposed to be, right? You're supposed to use that money. You're supposed to spend that shit. You're supposed to hand that shit out. Do you know how terrible it is for me to see a building, a place, a store with all kind of things in barrels and crates and whatever? No. Why? With food, give it out. People need it. This is why we have people dancing. This is why we have people doing drugs. This is why we have people selling drugs. Ask me how I know. This is why we have people prostituting. This is why we have people pimping. Because the CEO of the hood showed up and he showed out. Now she owes someone. In the hood, in the streets, it's called Get It How You Live. And we'll get to that one day. But in these 60 days, I hope that the world does not turn to where I have to get it how I live. Because that CEO said no. So, again, I only have my book bag and I have myself. And I'm in need of help. All of the help. But guess what? While I'm waiting on stability, not housing, my land. My land is to build a 12-bedroom. And then after that, then we go find the land for the subdivision that I haven't even been able to grasp right now because I'm having to focus on this property. So I'm going to show you how I cook. I'm going to show you how I sleep. I'm going to show you my mornings. And you can criticize, you can laugh, you can do all those things. But in a couple of months, who's laughing then? Because I have the best team. And everybody lives comfortable and nice. And they understand why I am placed where I'm placed. They understand the assignment. Because I could go and sleep with one of them in their beds where I, oh my God, can't tell you how many times I want to run and go do that. And tomorrow I would be on my way. But guess what? That would have me miss the assignment again. I don't get a third chance. I have a second chance at this. So you can laugh all you want, you can assume all you want, but if people really know who I am, they would know that this chick up to something. This is not her normal MO. This is not her normal mode. I don't live like this. I don't operate like this. Like my daughter said, Mom, it seems like you're stuck. Nah, not quite. I know how to unstuck myself. But in this world, I have provided so much help, even in times when I was literally stuck. But I had to keep on operating in the capacity of leadership as a CEO with my 5 children in tow. I've had 3 restaurants. that when a mishap had happened, I just followed the motion, very ignorant, but I had the staff of my children. I had some paid staff, but you know, when life calls, everybody doing this, everybody tripping, but nobody could actually provide the services that people that grown accustomed to pay for or to eat. So I had to close my restaurant down and I left everything. I left the food, probably even the water running in my restaurants. So I say that to say I didn't have proper help. I didn't have a team, which is to be expected because my children, I had children in sinks. I had babies up under my desk in my office sleeping. Um, while I ran a whole full-fledged Mexican American restaurant. Had a baby in the sink when I ran my first restaurant. And the health department came in. But she came in on one thing. Guess what that was? Someone said that I was selling drugs, that there was no way I could have this many people at my restaurant every day. And it wasn't a stand-in restaurant. You had to order and leave. However, I did have access to half of that parking lot. So what I did was allow the hood boys to be able to back their nice Chevys and Impalas and all these things to back them up as long as they had a white container with my food on the inside, with the bones. It didn't matter. They were able to sit and have a good time. And in my area where I live at, I can say still that was the most funnest and the safest times for the hood. Like my daughter said, it was thriving at one point. That's awful for my baby to say a homeless shelter was thriving. But that's her true assessment of it. That says that we all lived good. 18 people in a 2-bedroom and 1 loft house. So that's my goal. Will I have to get an extension for these 60 days? So we will see. Who will help? I'm going to do one more trail and we're going to go. It's 57 minutes in, and I know I have went all over the place, but you heard it. You'll be able to go back and listen. So, to my team, to the ladies and the men of Changing Lanes, to our partnerships. I appreciate you guys. The rain has altered our nutrition program. Has altered the date that I was going to end it. So I guess God is saying, no, you won't end it until I say end it, because we still have plenty of food. But things are happening all around the organization while I'm dealing with paperwork issues, hacking issues, all of these things. But, you know, I'm holding everybody accountable to fix this, to help me fix this. Because I'm going to operate for my community. I'm going to operate the best that I know how to be a leader, and that's just by doing it. And I'm going to hold everybody else responsible. If I apply for it, and if you say this is what I need, and if I pay for it, and I submit it, then guess what? It's in your house. You fix it. You have fire in your house, you fix it. Because if it had been me, my black ass would be all over the news, slandered, smeared for being inadequate, inappropriate, unstructured, misinformed, the lowest. I would be strung up by my neck as a black CEO. And they would want to say that I'm not worthy of taking care of those who call on our assistance. And excuse me when I say mine, I'm not trying to say it was me because no way, no way. This chick right here, hell no. So I have some thick backs that stand behind me, strong hands, strong embraces that help me get this stuff done. And all they want me to do is take care of myself, get up and do what we're supposed to do, and delegate what we're supposed to do. Am I perfect? Hell no. Every day that I wake up and I get out here to serve is a struggle that you guys can't imagine. But I was not the woman that I was 15 years ago. I was not the woman that I was a month ago. However, I am a true woman. I am a real woman. I mean, as real as they get. And what I mean by that, I'm still standing after all the things that possibly could have killed me, could have made me go back to drugs. And I don't call it an addiction or anything. I'm addicted to my children. And I'm addicted to serving the world. That's my addiction, and it's a sweet addiction. I understand the assignment that I won't ever be able to do another thing in this world successfully if I don't complete this assignment. And when you are responsible for others' lives, I sleep very well at night when I'm doing the assignment correctly, when God is pleased with my productivity of the day. He will allow me to sleep. Like I got some propofol in my system. I'm addicted to getting up each morning, being able to walk, and to talk to my team, open up a can of worms, and we take those little worms and we squeeze the fuck out of them. And we slang them. What that means in my terms is any obstacle in my way, I'm smashing. And I have very, 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 very powerful people that I can call on. But right now, it's something I can handle. Because as the CEO, as the leader, I'm in trouble right now. I need some help figuring this out. And I invite all you partners, I invite all you resources that's out here that I call on. I invite all of you guys to join with me to make this happen, to create a safer world for us. Because I know how to do it. I'm living proof that I know how to do it. I could have been a hot mess if I did not have this paperwork to be able to be held accountable to. I'm scared to death to disappoint God. However, these errors that I'm having to pay for, that I'm having to sift through, they're not my fault. At one point in time, I was not as healthy as I am. And when I don't feel well, I don't operate in the capacity that I need to be as a CEO. And that's when you're supposed to be able to call on your vice president or your secretary or your personal assistant. I have that now. Are they paid? Hell no. So thank God these are women that 6 months in right now, we're going strong. These men, we're going strong. And we're going to get stronger. However, I fear that things could happen if I don't pay for something for them. If I don't produce fruit in my own life, meaning financially. A CEO that's broke, that's not me. That's not my word. Because I still can go get it done without money. It's called favor. So this world, these women, these men that come asking for the services, they shouldn't have to worry about money. They should worry about the fact that they meet the criteria to get some kind of help. And if you are an agency with all these fancy ass resources, with all these fancy ass buildings and these top dollar salaries and things like that, you should be able to provide everything that's on your mission statement, everything that's in your nice handbook. If these people meet the criteria, they shouldn't have to come to me. We don't have anything. That's funny. Because I have everything that God tells me to go and get. And I come out with it. And right now, it's not money. It's services, resources, and a God-strengthened team that is going to make this happen. So to all law enforcement, to all people that are watching, it doesn't matter to me. Stalkers, hackers, gangsters, what all this shit is okay. I'm not afraid of anything except disappointing God. But now that my health is up to a par where I can fight back, you best believe right now I'm running on adrenaline and water because I have your children and my children in situations that need my services, our services. So, it is 68 minutes. We got 5 more minutes. And I'm going to take a shower. I feel like some cinnamon on my skin. I need that. Some more water. And I'm going to clean my space that I operate out of. Is it sad? Now that I look at it, hell no. Because would a CEO that has a nice office, plenty of money in their stash, nice salary, would she trade places with me, and would she be able to survive by her handbook in the conditions that I have to work out of? Would she be able to do it for 12 hours? That's the challenge. And anybody that's listening to me, I challenge you to go rugged. To do it. To be your best self during your worst self moment. And I have been through worser things. One thing that I'm grateful for now is that I don't have my children that have to go through this with me. Because honestly, it wouldn't happen. I could get thrown out with them. By 6 hours, we somewhere laying up nicely. Maybe not even that long. When I say 6 hours nicely, yeah, we've calmed down and we all snuggled and we good. Tummy's filled, skin beautiful. hydrated, and we out. So 20 years I have been dealing with a spinal injury that almost killed me. And I've had to show up as a mother. And I'll admit, again, the only addiction has been my children. And not failing my children. I don't give a damn what you think. And your children, these 500 people that's on this earth that know me by Miss Shannon or Caprice, they have good things to say about me and my services. My children know how to run a shelter, probably better than I do. And now with the things that I'm having to learn administratively, they probably know how to do that better than I do too. They're very smart. Very, very, very smart. So I say, guys, stay tuned. Let me go sign my paperwork because I need help. All right. Do you have something that I could use to get further in these 60 days? I'm doing a complete makeover in 60 days. So you women can run and hide. Because everything on my body is natural. I have a visual sculpting that I want my body to be. Because this is the first time in 10 years I've been this small. And God is making me start all the way over. And it's okay. Because you can't stop me. I love you. Have a great day. Have a great morning. I will see you later. Hi, Surviving Fillmore. Hi, baby. Let me see if I know how to do it. All right. Bye. I'll be back about 2 o'clock. Bye.